Okay, so we bring you to another week, this time our second full day in Berlin, where I started off by going sort of off the beaten track to a gluten-free bakery. I just went and bought out the entire gluten-free bakery. I was like, can I get a pain au chocolat and a Danish pastry? And, actually also a croissant. And maybe, do I need... Oh, yeah. And she was like, okay. So yeah, I did buy 5 things, so that was good. And I don't actually know when I'm going to eat all of it because it'll last like a day. But I don't know, I'm just going to have to get to work basically. Then I went to some op shops where I found my dream jeans. Yep, you heard it here. My dream jeans. So let's not talk about the cost. They're priceless. It was worth it. And then I went to some Holocaust museums, which was not cute and fun, but was really incredible. Not as incredible as this 4-story bookshop. And then the next day I was off to Hamburg for just a single night to sort of break up the travel day to get to the Netherlands, which we will soon see was quite a trek regardless. But yeah, that evening I just went out for a dinner for a gluten-free pizza. It was honestly one of the cheapest meals I've had and one of the tastiest somehow. I think I would have really enjoyed Hamburg if I'd actually stayed around. Okay, I'm sure all of you have been dying to know, what have I been eating on this trip? You know, what's good, what's not, you know, what's the gluten-free goodness. And I'm here to inform you because I just did a shop after I went for dinner to get some snacks for tomorrow and the next day. Let's be real, I'm probably going to eat it all tomorrow. But yeah, so first off, raspberries. You're like, well, don't you have them in New Zealand? Yeah, but not for this sort of price. This was, I think, like $4 New Zealand dollars. You can't get that in New Zealand in the middle of summer, so yep. And yes, I am aware that you're like, why? Like, you're backpacking around, what is this bougie lifestyle? Why are you buying raspberries? And to that, I have no justification. In my defense, I was on the Mandarin grind. And then I bought, like, it's quite hard to find single, like a lot of time things just comes in bags, which is just not particularly friendly to backpacking around. I'm like, I wanted to buy 2 of those, not 12. And that thus caused me, or forced me, to eat like 5 mandarins. And I can't stomach them anymore. Okay, second of all, this is number 1 most eaten item. It's bread. I mean, bread was always going to be the most eaten item of mine. But this is good shit. I tell you what, when I come back to New Zealand, I'm packing a suitcase full of this. This brand, this is a German brand. And yeah, I can't get enough of it. I love it. They have heaps of products. And it's amazing, like in every single supermarket, you'll find pretty much an entire section dedicated to gluten-free products. And everyone, they seem to have something new. So in that vein, every time I see, actually, I haven't even had that many biscuits, but they have many, many varieties, and I've been slowly sort of working my way through trying them. So this is the new one. I actually haven't even had choc chip cookies. So there you go. That's next on the list to give it a try. And then this is the best thing ever. These are gluten-free waffles. As you can see, there's not really much health occurring. There's not much of a health trend exhibited through these products. And if it wasn't for the fact that I was walking like 10k every day, you know, I'd probably be pretty fat by now. But who knows, maybe I already am. And yeah, these are yum. These are so good. I'm obsessed with them. But luckily for me and my health and my bank account, these are not everywhere. This is the second time I found them. First was in Austria, and then now I found them in Germany. But they are so good. I'm definitely, probably, I have no self-restraint, so I'm probably going to eat one of these tonight. There's two, well there's actually 4 in a pack, but like it's 2 rows, so really it's not 4, is it? You're going to be eating a whole row, you're not just going to eat like half, as if. And then finally, last but not least, like I'm always a big consumer of chocolate, and also luckily for the health, I do not find this everywhere either, and stupid mistake because it's a Swiss chocolate, and I didn't stock up. Well, actually not a stupid mistake, I'm really glad I didn't stock up because I would have just consumed all of it. But Oval Maltine, I love it. I actually haven't tried this one. This is fine crunchy. I don't know what that means, but I'm really sad I did not take full advantage when I was in Switzerland, because this is so expensive. Like, you don't want to know how much. Do you want me to tell you how much I paid for a 130 gram bar? It was $6 New Zealand. 6. Like, somebody's not going on a budget holiday, clearly. But yeah. Okay, well, I've just talked for about 5 minutes about food, but it's been an amazing experience. I am still yet to find a good gluten-free pastry. A lot of places advertise being good, but then none of them are stacking up. You know, some of them are deceptive. Some look good on the outside, but they're not good on the inside. And I'm holding out for Amsterdam. There's a gluten-free place in Amsterdam that they claim it looks and tastes just like normal pastries. But you know that I'll be eating like non-gluten-free stroopwafel in Amsterdam. There's just no way. I don't even care if they have gluten-free stroopwafel. I will be eating the real thing because I just know it's not going to taste as good. And I've eaten not the real thing, but I've eaten the packet shit from the supermarket. So yeah, stay tuned for next week. I think I'll be in Amsterdam. And I'll be eating that shit up. And then it was my big trek to the Netherlands. Hamburg, to where I was staying near Zwolle in the Netherlands, is not actually a far trip, but somehow it was looking like it was going to be taking me sort of near on 6-ish hours. And as you can see in these upcoming videos, I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and a high total of 7 trains to get to this beautiful place called Staphorst. And yeah, when I arrived that evening, I was like, I've got to get out of here, like I've got to start moving. I think I feel kind of fragile today. I don't know, I think, I'm not feeling 100%, and I think I'm learning that when everything's going fine, it's beautiful. Second one thing goes wrong, I'm about to break, basically. But I'm doing okay. I think, if I get a good sleep tonight and tomorrow is a good day, I'll be sweet. But I think today, just with the buses and trains and everything going to shit, and then also just feeling quite sick. I didn't mention, but I was supposed to only have 5 trains, and then I also had to get 2 like alternative route buses. It was just a mess that day. It really was. I was like, testing my limits. I just think a walk is one of the best things you can do for mental health, at least for me, because I was feeling a little bit down the dumps, and all of a sudden I'm cured. It is so beautiful here. Like, I'm just kind of walking through semi-rural farmland. Like, I've seen some crazy sheep, some little ponies, like stuff like that. And I mean, it's just so gorgeous. Would 10 out of 10 recommend going for a walk. I think that's part of what is hard about a travel day, is just the extent of sitting you do. Also a pack. If I didn't have a 20 plus kg pack plus another probably 7 kg bag, I think I'd be thinking about it a little bit differently. But yeah, it's been so nice just to go out. But I do need to check on Google Maps where I am, because I've kind of got a little bit off-roading, shall we say, because initially I was just kind of trying to go to the supermarket, but my Airbnb host was not joking when she said today was prayer day and everything would be closed. And literally chain brand supermarkets, everything is closed. So yeah, I will be having peanut butter and jam on bread for dinner tonight, but that's fine because I'm not too hungry, because as I said, haven't been feeling 100%. The peanut butter and jam situation might actually be contributing, but yeah, it's such a nice evening. It's cold though, my hands are freezing. Also, I think what contributes to this walk making me feel instantly better is that whenever I'm somewhere or in a circumstance that remotely reminds me of home, I feel like it go one or two ways, but for me it just gives me this sense of comfort and ease. And for some reason this reminds me of Hawke's Bay. Is there anything in common apart from the fact that it's flat? Not really, but I don't know, it's enough that it's like, oh, I feel like I could be in Hawke's Bay, which I feel like the people of Staphorst, if they heard that comparison, they'd get really offended, because this is a lot more beautiful than Hawke's Bay. And so I continued on my walk, and it was just so stunning. I feel like it just made me chill out. I think I've learned, like, every time I move to a different place, I sort of get overwhelmed when I first arrive, and then when I sort of acclimatise myself, I really enjoy it. And I mean, it's probably helped by how stunning the weather is and how chill and cruisy it was. And I didn't actually get lost somehow, which was kind of impressive for me. And so then the next day I went into Zwolle, which is, I don't know, I feel like the Netherlands thus far, it's like you say city but you mean town, you know, which is kind of like when you think of Hastings, like Hastings is a city, but like, who are we kidding, it is not a city. And so I went to some really cool shops, didn't really purchase anything of note. There was this bookshop in the cathedral, which was awesome, but I can't read Dutch, so did not make any purchases. It was just a really cute, sort of quaint village style town, I would have said. I went to an art gallery which was really, really busy. Most of the galleries I've been to so far, you know, even the huge museums or whatever, have been dead empty. But like, I don't know if it was Oldie's day out or what, because it was packed in there. I have arrived in Heerton. Kind of reminds me of Masterton, but I think it's just because it's cold and it smells like cow shit. As per usual, I have arrived exceedingly early, and I don't even think the township is open, so I'm going to go to the supermarket, get some snacks for the day, and then I'm going to head into the village, and apparently they're going to give me a boat at 10 a.m, so we'll see how that goes. I have come this early in the morning because apparently the sun will shine from about 10 till 12. I don't really believe that right now because the cloud is sort of blanketing the entire sky, but you never do know. I don't really give any context, but Heerton is a town sort of near Staphorst, where there's no roads in terms of driving, it's just footpaths and canals. And I was like, you know what, I'm going to hire a boat and I'm going to go out. And the route really, it took me out for sure. We went out. I don't actually really recall signing up to go out in the open. I was going to say ocean, but it's a lake. But that's where the route is taking me. So yeah, my first boating experience is by myself in the Netherlands. To be fair, we are going about 0 miles per hour. So that makes me feel good. But yeah. And has sort of started spitting, but that's okay, and it's freezing. I think it's about one degree right now. I can see that this would be quite nice in the summer, but do you know what's even nicer? I have the whole ocean to myself, which is really good because if I get lost, I'm proper fucked. By this point, I had actually learnt how to manoeuvre the boat, but at first I was just doing burnouts, like in the middle of the canal, which was not a good look, for sure. But here I had it now. It's actually quite hard to navigate and take photos and drive a boat. They don't really tell you that when you got in. She just said left, right, stuff gets stuck in the motor, fish it out. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen because my hands are already freezing and I don't really want to put them in freezing cold water and try and fish some stuff out of a propeller. So fingers crossed, but yeah. And my prayers were answered. I did not have to fish anything out. Let's just say I didn't crash, but I didn't also not crash. You know what I mean? Like I sort of maybe kissed the canal sides sort of quite passionately with the sides of my boat a couple of times, but you know. Yeah, that was a really cool experience. Once I learned how to steer, that was sort of when it got more positive, because initially I was just doing burnouts basically. I was just going round and round in circles, and I was like, fuck, I hope nobody's watching me, but luckily nobody's here because it's winter, and today it's pretty much it's spitting right now, rain for the rest of the day. So yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I don't know, I'm just so happy for all of the pockets of sunshine that I've been given, and it's not even pockets, it's been like 95% sunshine, so yeah, I'm just feeling grateful for that. And yeah, just a cool, different experience. Glad that I did it. It's snowing now, so I've never been in the snow. I think it's snow, or is it small hail? I don't really know. No, I think it's snow. So yeah, it's kind of cool. And then next minute, it was sunshiny again. So lucky for all the tourists who just showed up. It was amazing. It was miraculous. It was just me, and then it hit like midday, and suddenly everyone arrived. And so I then left Staphorst and arrived in Haarlem the next day. That's me doing my washing because, you know, just so you know, I'm not a stinky hostel person. And that's the little bar. I went out to Haarlem that sort of afternoon, evening to grab some dinner at a Surinamese Indian restaurant. And yeah, it was such a gorgeous sunset that evening. Where I'm staying, it's like 40 minutes walking and like a 7-minute train to get to Haarlem from here, and it's just such a gorgeous walk. I have reached Haarlem. It's very cold here in the Netherlands, but yeah, it's really beautiful. I'm thinking game plan, we'll see if this is how it actually goes. Tomorrow Haarlem, next day Amsterdam, day after that the beach. So yeah, that's the idea. Who knows what we'll actually get up to. But yeah, Netherlands is freezing. Then this morning I had a traditional Dutch breakfast of sprinkles on toast. Of course I have some peanut butter under there. You know, gotta juice it up a little bit. But yeah, and then I headed into Haarlem. And again, I feel like every single video all I say is like, it's so beautiful, the weather's so gorgeous, the sun is shining, but it's true. If you squint your eyes until they're pretty much closed, Haarlem it's sort of like Napier Port. Okay, I think I actually need to stop offending everyone in the Netherlands by comparing it to Hawke's Bay, because that's actually atrocious. Then I went to this museum, and this is the best museum I've been to. The audio guide was so funny. I was like laughing the whole time because it was like proper, I don't know, they had voice actors and everything. It was so cool. And then I thought I'd get real confident and film me walking around, and I just looked really fucking stupid. But yeah, it was gorgeous, beautiful. I actually spent a full sort of 2 hours there which is uncalled for me. And then I did some eating, I didn't actually purchase anything. I feel like you've seen a lot of op shops, but just know that most of the op shops I go to, like I haven't actually purchased anything. But yeah, as I said, the plan is Amsterdam tomorrow, where I will be finding and comparing the Hawke's Bay meatball. Hawke's Bay comes up again, but the Hawke's Bay meatball to the original Dutch meatball. So stay tuned for that.